Hello everyone and welcome to part 2 of the Q&A session. If you hear any mumbling in the background, I'm afraid that's my partner working from home upstairs in the home office. I can't stop him from working, unfortunately. He's got to still work, so hopefully my voice will drown out his. But anyway, let's get back to it. We've got another comment from Huskies, Vacuums and Sweepers. And this is regarding the Electrolux 550. I actually prefer sellers do not touch the vacuums and leave them as found. Several times I've had well-meaning sellers try and clean the vacuum up and they lose screws, parts of the handle, parts of the vacuum. I'll never forget the Hoover Z700 that I have. The seller showed it in his driveway and yard after he washed it, and then I received it. I found the little rubber clean out plug door on the bottom of the, read more, vacuum was missing. There is a compromise here, Huskies, Vacuums and Sweepers. Now I don't mind receiving a dirty vacuum. I don't mind that at all. In fact, it is fun to reveal a lovely shiny vacuum under all the filth, and often the dirtier the vacuum, the more it's been somehow protected from, the elements with a layer of filth on it. I don't mind that at all. What I don't really like is receiving a vacuum with a full dust bag. Just take the dust bag out, empty it at least. That's my only bugbear. But often I have to buy mostly on eBay, and I look at the pictures, and sometimes some of the vacuums you see on eBay, you see them a lot. They keep getting relisted, and you know why? Because especially Hoover Constellations, which are all metal, some people expect to sell something that's absolutely completely rusted, as if it's been outside all the time. And there may be times when I would buy a vacuum that is in absolute state, but only because I might want one little part from that vacuum that's still intact, or I might want a couple of the tools that are included, but the vacuum is completely fit for the tip. But I've said before, and I posted on my Instagram account of this Hoover wet and dry power vac that I recently bought, the pictures on eBay were pretty bad. They were taken in a very cluttered environment, and it was just very bad pictures, but that possibly put some people off. Anyway, when I got it and cleaned it up, it was fantastic, and then I took some before and after pictures. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, you can search ibaisaic on Instagram and you'll see all, I've been on there for a while, so there's a lot to look at. But the comparison between the pictures they had on eBay and the pictures I did after cleaning it up a bit, didn't spend a lot of time, chalk and cheese. And if those pictures I had used had been on the listing, that the vacuum would have gone for at least double, I think, what I paid for it. Because a lot of people are put off by, blurry pictures and stuff, but you have to use your imagination and see beyond the filth. And a lot of us watching here know how to take a filthy, disgusting, smelly vacuum and turn it into something beautiful again, and it's very satisfying to do, and something I'll be doing more of in the future. So thank you for your comment, Husky, if that's your name. Bill Connor, Roger, are the U-Bank push sweepers any good? My son is in bed all day and doing night shifts, so can't put an electric Hoover on. Thanks, Bill. I do have, I don't know if it's a U-Bank. Yes, it is. It's a U-Bank, a cheap one from Home Bargains, but I bought it a while ago. I've never tried it. I haven't really got much experience of carpet sweepers. They will work. I think they'll get the surface dirt out, the crumbs. They might not do well on pet hair. So I can't really answer that. Bill, a quiet vacuum cleaner, you can get mains powered vacuum cleaners that are so quiet. My quietest vacuum is the AEG. I'll put a picture up. I can't remember. I've still got that one, and I think you can still get a similar version that you could safely use, you know, even on full power. It's so quiet. I don't know how they've done it. It's certainly the quietest. So you can, if you shop around and you search for quiet vacuums, you can get mains powered vacuums that are very quiet. But yeah, I would say if you want a U-Bank or any carpet sweeper, go on eBay and see if there's any new in the box vintage ones. You know, I think the earlier ones, because I think they were made in the UK, probably are better. There's a company called Life Height, I think that's how you pronounce it. They still make carpet sweepers. So my suggestion, because I can't answer you, Bill, is go on somewhere like Amazon, type in manual carpet sweeper or carpet sweepers, and when you get the list up, click the sort by and sort by average customer review, and then read a few reviews of people who've bought them, and then that might help you decide. And you can always return it if it's no good, can't you, from Amazon. Garrett Hammersmith, hello Garrett. Hello Roger, I am from Norwalk, Ohio. What do you think has been the filthiest vacuum you have received? I don't know Garrett. I tend to I don't know. I think the Electrolux, I've got it out. Well, it wasn't filthy on the outside, but it was absolutely shocking on the inside. Hang on, I'll have to put my laptop down and avoid my lap dog. Am I recording? Yes, I am. That's it. This one, I don't know if it was the filthiest. I mean, it looks better now. I mean, it on the outside of this Electrolux 170. It still smells a bit. It needs a proper going over, but it does work. But this inside was absolutely appalling. If you remember the video, this is a lot better than it was. Ooh, I haven't tried it on this carpet. I will do another update video of this. I've also got the toolkit for it now, which is this is a very rare vacuum now, really. The toolkit even rarer, but I managed to get the toolkit for this. So, but that, you know, that was a surprise, because outside it looked okay, but inside was filthy. Well, even the Electrolux 550, the video you're commenting on, that was pretty dirty on the outside. I can't recall. I haven't had any that were really completely caked in muck or completely full of muck. I mean, again, the Hoover PowerVac Super that I've talked about, that was pretty filthy on the outside, but again, wipe and a polish and that looks fantastic now. So I can't really answer that, Garrett. I can't remember really. If I do get a filthy one, I will put something like, if I buy a filthy vacuum, I'll put in the title, the filthiest vacuum I've ever unboxed, something like that. Might get the wrong sort of viewers, they might take the wrong... Oh dear. Look, Husky, one question, he's got 3 now I think. Alright, Husky's vacuums and sweepers. I don't know if this is a question. Oh, I won't read that out. I've given you enough. I've read. It's not a. It's just a comment there, I think. Yes. So I won't read that out. Big mess test 2030. Can I get a shout out in the next video? Well, here's your shout out. Big mess test 230. Did I say 2030? 230. There you go. You've got a shout out. AC Lil Corner. What is going to happen to your NEB machine? Do you use them? NIB, for those of you who don't know, is new inbox. And originally, when I've had a new inbox cleaner, I've thought, no, I can't use it. I've changed my mind about that. Although I still have quite a lot of NIB cleaners that I haven't used. I will start to use them, because I've just decided, look, what's the point in having them? This is why I'm selling a lot of the vacuums, because the collection is too big now and I can't enjoy it. So I think it's better to have a smaller collection of stuff you really like and enjoy, and you enjoy using them. So there are machines that I've got new in box which won't be new in box when I get round to using them. I do have a new in box Hoover Celebrity, but I'm not going to use that only because I have another Hoover Celebrity in pretty good condition that I can use instead. But if it's a new in box cleaner that I've only got one of, then I probably will get it out and use it. In fact, most of new in box cleaners I have actually used. They've always been turned on in a video. There's some I won't use because if I don't use it, it's because I've got another similar one. For example, if out of the blue I found a new in the box Junior Deluxe, then that would stay new in the box because I've got a few other Junior Deluxes that have been used that I prefer to use. There are some cleaners coming up that cost me quite a lot of money because they were more or less new. I haven't shown you. I have received earlier this year, one of the most wanted vacuums in my collection. I wanted to get another one. I paid a hefty price for it, and I have used it, and I will use it again, but it gets used very, very carefully. It's not one I'm bothered about bashing. I won't bash it about, or I don't bash my cleaners about anyway, but yeah, you'll see that video coming up. I mean, that it might even be, it's that special to me, it might be saved for when I do some videos when I hopefully get 100,000 subscribers. It might be one of those, because it's that special to me. But yes, I do and will use a lot more of my new in the box vacuums because life's too short to own something if you're not intending on selling it. If you're buying something with intent to sell it on for a profit, and if that's your only reason for buying it, then fair enough, you keep it new in the box. But if you're buying it because you've always wanted one, or it reminds you of your childhood, or blah blah, then get it out and use it. But use it carefully, especially if you've spent a lot of money. Nick D. Roger, is there any Electrolux vacuum cleaner from the 60s, 70s or 80s that you would particularly like to add to your collection? Electrolux, I can't think. I was thinking of this answer, Nick. I think I've got the main ones I've wanted. I have got an Electrolux 502. I've always wanted one of those because it used to be my mum's cleaner, although the one I've got isn't great. I would like a better condition Electrolux 502, in as good condition as, say, this 506. But so I've got the 502. I always wanted a 504, the yellow one, because my grandparents had it, and I managed to find a very almost mint one of those. An Electrolux 345. I never knew. Well, my next door neighbour, where I used to live in Sussex, had one, and I remember the TV commercial, and I was lucky enough to find an almost mint Electrolux 345. So I would say the 502, 504 and 345 would be the ones I would have wanted to get the most, and I've got them. As I said, I would like a better condition 502, but apart from that, I think I've got all of them. I can't think. I've got a lot of Electrolux cleaners that I've wanted. The wide track commercial one, the red and white one, I was glad to get that. But thinking, I don't think, I think I've more or less got all of them. But saying that, if something crops up on eBay, I might think, oh crikey, yeah, I remember that one. Something might crop up that I haven't thought about for a long time, and then I'll see it on eBay and think, oh, I'll place a bid on that. But I think personally, I think I've got most of the ones I've always wanted to get, so, but who knows? Watch this space is all I can say to you, Nick. Oh, look, I'm that used to using an iPad. I was going like that on my screen. Traquan Faulkner, can you do a full review of the new Shark Vertex vacuum? I don't know what that is, I'm afraid, Trey, because we don't have a Shark called a Vertex. I expect I have done one similar, but it's called something different. you'll have to go on my channel. There's a shark playlist. You'll see all the sharks I've done so far. So as I said, we've probably got that model in the UK, but it's not called Vertex. Just like we didn't get a shark called the Apex, but we got a machine that was more or less similar. They call them different things. So I would say to you, have a look at my shark playlist and you'll see all the sharks I do. I will be doing other shark cleaners in the future, but the next shark you'll see is a handheld machine, which I have purchased myself. I wasn't given it, I bought it. Right, I won't do that one. Now, let's see. Mike Smith, great job, Roger. Happy Christmas. Thank you, Mike. No D, though, in Roger, please. Mark Peterson, hello from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Much love. Oh, thank you, Mark. I always used to think of Canada as... yeah, my views of Canada have changed somewhat. Yeah, so I don't know what you're living through in Canada at the moment. But I don't much like your president. Right, Stephen Crowell, filthy to fantastic. Yes, I should have done that as a title. That was a better title for the video, I think, Stephen. Mowing and gaming. I keep looking at your sweater thinking it says Ohio, but it's just O, which I'm from Ohio, so that's the reason I thought it. Yes, Ohio. No, O, it was O. No, it wasn't O, it's Ho, that was it. No, it doesn't say, no, it doesn't say, it says Ho, that t-shirt, that sweater. We call them jumpers. It's a Christmas sweater. No, it says ho, 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 which is what Santa says. You know, it's Santa's laugh. Ho, ho, ho. So yes, it's ho, not o. Anyway. Alfie UK. Hi Roger, do you recommend the VAC's dual power carpet cleaner? Quick answer to that, no. Mainly down to reliability issues. I don't rate VAC's cleaners at all. That is, you know, the platinum upright is supposed to be good. I've had a similar one. I think it's quite harsh on carpets. The spin scrub and the other brush are pretty stiff. I think they've been quite harsh, but they're not. I just don't like them because they're not. I do personally. I find the Bissell to be better than the VACs, but it's up to you. But I don't personally recommend the VAC's dual power carpet cleaner. You can see all my videos, and at the time of making them I'll have given you my views at the time, but my views change, and my views at the moment is no, I would rather go for a Bissell than a VAC's at the moment. That might change as I get to use more and more cleaners. Hamilton Guy, hello Roger, Merry Christmas to you, Mark and the dogs. You often mentioned that an upright is a better device than a canister for predominantly carpeted homes. I always thought that a quality canister with a power head, like say my Miele S5 with an SEB 236 head, would perform as well as a U1 on carpet, but be more convenient to use. Is my assumption wrong? Personally, I would think the Miele U1 upright is more convenient to use for carpets than a Miele cylinder or canister with a power head. My thoughts are, if you've got large areas of carpet and your home isn't cluttered, you've got lots of carpet, it's quicker and easier to use an upright vacuum cleaner. If your house is mainly carpeted but is a bit more cluttered, you might find a cylinder cleaner, canister cleaner is better for getting around all your furniture. I've always said if your home is more floor than carpet, then you're better off with a cylinder type cleaner than an upright. More carpets, go for an upright, more hard floors, go for a cylinder. That was before all the cordless. If you've got more hard floors than carpet, you might find a cordless cleaner is all you need. And I've always found that the Shark cordless cleaners are better for hard floors than the Dysons. That's my experience and personal view on the matter, because I've used them all. So for hard floors I would go more for the Shark cordless. In the UK it's different. In the USA, power head vacuum cleaners are virtually unheard of. There was a sort of expansion of them sort of in the 80s and 90s. Hoover did quite a few power head machines. I'm not sure if Electrolux did. You could get a power head as an optional extra for some Electrolux cylinders. So Hoover did do quite a few. They did the Sensortronics and compacts. There was Alpina that you could get a power head for. But they're not popular in the UK. Most people in the UK would have gone for an upright over a cylinder with a power head, because a cylinder with a power head, although they're versatile, they're not, in my opinion, as convenient. And it's often down to the hose being the fact that it has to carry the electrical wires to power the power head. It makes the hoses less flexible and heavier, and it defeats the convenience of a cylinder canister cleaner. So, as I've said before, if you can afford it and you've got the space, the best cleaning solution, in my opinion, well, three vacuums, I would say, is the sort of minimum. An upright for deep carpet cleaning, a non-power head cylinder for your nooks and crannies, your car, you know, your deep cleaning, your sort of monthly clean, for getting all those jobs done that the upright isn't so good at, even a hose attached upright. Go for a smaller, compact canister vacuum. And then of course for your day-to-day maintenance, a cordless, which you can use in handheld mode and upright mode. And if you really want to go, you know, full hog, then get yourself a carpet washer as well, and a hard floor cleaner. So 5 would be the minimum. You know, obviously that's a lot for some people, 5 cleaning products, but it is possible to get machines that can do mostly everything, but they're not very good. They'll do one thing well, but they'll do the other thing mediocrely. So if you can get a top-rated upright, canister and handheld, if you've got those 3 at least, then I think you've got what you need to keep your house clean. Although some people are fine with just one vacuum. It's all about what's best for you and your home. So, you know, you're not wrong, Hamilton guy. It's your experience. You know, if you think your powerhead Miele will perform as well, I mean, yes, it probably will perform as well as the upright, but it's all about ease of use as well, you know. So nobody's wrong. If you've got experience of using both and you prefer one or the other, and you know the advantages and disadvantages, you know, you've got that experience, so that is your opinion, and that's all that should matter. It's what you want. I'm not going to tell you what's the best, because what I think's the best isn't necessarily what you will find is the best. I might absolutely rave about a certain vacuum cleaner and you'd buy it and you wouldn't like it. So, you know, as I said, it's just what's right for you. That's what you should always concentrate on in life, not just in buying a vacuum. Whatever you feel is right for you and it's not hurting anybody else, then you go for that. Oh, right. Well, this is not very nice, but didn't see this. Mac Rag Nail, is that? Hamilton guy. Oh, what's he say? Well, why is he asking me that about the dogs? Oh, Mark and the dogs. I do have 2 dogs. Hamilton guy, I think one of his dogs has died. That little box on the window ledge with the photo frame is the same as the one that my dog's ashes came in. Well, yes, that's... You've seen Rupert. Rupert has appeared in early videos, bless him. Rupert was Daisy's brother, and he had diabetes, and he... I'm not going into it because it's too upsetting, but he died very young. I still have 2 dogs. I still have lovely Daisy here, who does appear quite often in videos, and Molly, who normally runs away when the vacuum comes out. Right, oh, so Hamilton, yes, it was a while ago, Hamilton guy, that rupee, quite a long time ago. It took me more than a year to get over it, but he's still with us in spirit, bless him. Right, Keith Fletcher, hello Roger. No D again, no D in Roger. My question is, I see that you import a lot, not a lot, but I import some, a lot of Hoover vacuum cleaners from the United States. I live in the US as well. I was wondering if there are any vacuum cleaners that England doesn't have that the US have that you found that you like better. Well, I can only comment, there are a lot of vacuum cleaners in the US that the UK don't have, like Riccar vacuums, Eureka. We do have the Eureka brand, but it's just a name. I think they just import Chinese vacuums. It's not connected, I don't think, to your Eureka company. There are loads, absolutely loads of vacuums that we don't get in the UK. So I do like, I mean, they're the newer versions, they're not the classics, but the Tempo and the Hoover Wind Tunnel that I bought, which were new models when I bought them, they weren't vintage, they're pretty good carpet cleaners, fairly, you know, cheapish. They'd be cheap to buy over there, but we don't have anything like that in the UK. I think the only bagged upright vacuums we now have in the UK are the Sebo series, the Sebo Felix and X series, and the Hoover Enigma / Pure Power. I can't think of any current manufacturers that are doing bagged uprights. So I think in America you much bigger country than the US, than the UK, and you do have a lot more choice. And it does infuriate me sometimes when people say buy this, buy that, and I'm thinking, well, we don't have that brand, and they're just assuming because they have it in America that we have it over here. Well, we don't, but then there are cleaners we have over here that you don't have over there. But I think it's more in your favour. You in America, you have a lot more choice, a lot more cleaners than we have. But of course, we being in the UK, we have the advantage, like our Sebo vacuums are considerably less than you pay for yours, and the Miele ones, and the Pneumatic Henrys. You don't have the full range. You are getting Henry cleaners in the US, but they are much more expensive than we pay. So it swings and roundabouts, and occasionally when I've saved up enough, I think, right, well, I will import another American vacuum. I mean, that Dialomatic with power drive was the last one I got. The vacuum itself wasn't expensive, but the import charges and the shipping was. So I have to really, really want to buy it to spend all the extra money, and it has to be used with my converter step down transformer box. So it's not when I can quickly, I have to always plug it into the box, you know, to use it. So the American cleaners are something I just use from time to time. But yes, I think that's answered your question, Keith, hopefully. Carter Perry, have you thought about trying a Kenmore Royal and Regina, is it Regina? Vacuum. Right, well, here's my case in point. We don't have Kenmore. We don't have Kenmore brand in the UK. Royal, no, we don't have that. They used to be under the Dirt Devil, you know, they were part of Dirt Devil at one time, but no, we don't have Royal. And we don't have Regina. I think we did have the Regina Housemaid, was it? Or Housekeeper. I think that was available for a short period of time back in the day, but I've never seen one. Very rare over here. So not really. I haven't really thought about trying any of those, Carter, because really if I did, I'd have to import it, and I'm not prepared to pay a lot of money to import a vacuum that I don't know anything about. It's different getting the old Hoovers that I've got some experience of or really like, but no, I haven't really thought about that. I'm flashing, so I'm going to have to check my SD card. I think I'm running out of space. Oh crikey, I'm going to have to speed up, otherwise I'm well, I'll be all day editing these, won't I, Daisy May? Right, Oh dear, right. M80 M80TMM. Hi Roger, with your vast knowledge of floor care machines, have you ever approached a vacuum manufacturer with a design or better way of doing things, and have they taken your views on board? Have you ever wished, I think that is, to be the next Dyson inventor? Kind regards, Thomas. Best wishes for the new year. No, Thomas, I have absolutely no interest in designing vacuums. I'm a consumer of vacuum cleaners rather than a designer. I have mentioned things in videos, and I've found that things I've mentioned have been implemented, but whether or not that's because they've seen a video and thought of the idea, or the idea was already in the planning stages. One I can think of, and I'm not taking credit for this because, well, if it was my idea, I should be in for some money. The first Shark type cleaner I used was a Morphy Richards one, which was basically the same as a Shark Navigator, and it was one of the earlier liftaways. So it had the liftaway pod, and you could lift it away, and you could use it in liftaway mode with the wand and the power head. So you could use it, but the power head in liftaway mode for that model was not powered. You could use it just with suction only for cleaning under furniture. And I do remember saying, I'm sure I said it in the video, and it'll be on one of the videos, I'm sure I said, well, wouldn't it be good if the head actually still worked when it was in this mode, when it was in liftaway mode? Wouldn't it be good if there was still power running to the power head? So I did say that, and I'm on record as saying that. And yeah, lo and behold, a little while later, Shark came out with the powered liftaway cleaners. So I'm not saying I gave them the idea, because it was probably well into the design stage by then, but who knows, that might have made someone think at Shark, oh yeah, let's look into that. But I doubt it. But I've had ideas to improve vacuums, and they've happened, but often I've not voiced them. I've just thought, well, that would be an idea, but I'm not interested, to be honest. I'm just quite happy to sit back and see what the manufacturers offer, and I'll decide whether I like them or not, whether I want to buy the vacuum. I buy vacuums sometimes simply purely because of how they look. A particular example, I'll just quickly show you this. Excuse me, if I can get it. Now, I bought this, not because I think it's any good, because it isn't that good. It's a cordless vacuum. I bought this purely for the design of it. I thought it's different. And if you look at it, it's very similar to the VAX or Hoover Air Evolve, or the Roll, was it the Roll Easy, or the General Electric one? You know, there was a vintage machine that used this principle. And I got it because, well, it was in the sale. And I thought, yeah, I bought this purely on the design and the fact that it was a bit different to most cordless cleaners. Whether or not it'll be any good, because I haven't properly used it, and I think it's not going to be that great, but it was only cheap. So yeah, lots of reasons why I buy vacuums. Purely on looks for that one, nostalgic reasons for the likes of the 506 and the Junior Deluxe, and I buy the Sebos because I found them to be all in all an all-round good brand. I know I'm going to get reliability, I know I'm going to get build quality, I know I'm going to get decent performance. Not always the best at everything, but you've got to weigh everything up with buying a vacuum. There's never a perfect vacuum, and I don't know if I'll ever find one, because as much as I like the Sebo Felix, and that I'd say is my current general favourite, all things told, as far as modern vacuums go, it's not perfect. There are things I don't like about it. But Sebo they're not a manufacturer that rushes into making new models all the time like some. They stick to the models, tweak them, and then occasionally they'll bring you something new. And I suppose that is the best way of going about things, rather than churning out all sorts just to try and sell more and more. They stick to a format and more or less keep it for a long time, and there's nothing wrong with that. I would like to see a bit more innovation personally from Sebo, something new. I would like to see a cordless Sebo, but still bagged. I wouldn't like Sebo to go bagless, to be honest, like Miele have. Miele have gone bagged, bagless and cordless. I don't think Sebo will. Sebo might. They're poo-pooing cordless, but Miele poo-pooed bags. Miele poo-pooed bagless vacuums before actually making one, because they realised that if they don't, they're going to lose market share. Sebo seem to be quite happy to keep the market share they've got, but who knows, in the future they might decide a good quality German-made cordless vacuum from Sebo I would like to see, but I'm not holding my breath. Hello Louise. Louise is a big Shark fan. Hello Roger, I always watch your videos right to the end. I have just bought a Shark floor and handheld steam cleaner S605 UK. What's your thoughts on these? I'm really enjoying it anyway. I hope you and all your family have a peaceful Christmas from me and Brett. Thank you for all your great videos throughout the year. Well Louise, I'm a bit about steam cleaners. What started putting me off with, my mum had a Shark steam cleaner in her old house. I can't remember the model, but it was the one that had that, it might be the one similar to you've got. It used it on the floor, but it had the middle bit that came out, and you could use it as a handheld steamer with a hose and stuff. What put my mum off, and she actually returned it, she only had it a couple of weeks, she returned it to Lakeland where she bought it from. She used it to clean her floors and everything, they looked clean, but she'd only just used it, and then the dogs had spilt some of the water near the water bowl, so my mum got a kitchen towel just to mop up the water that had just been spilt. She looked at the kitchen towel and it was dirty, so that made my mum think, well, this steam cleaner isn't really cleaning. And from then on I've not been a fan of steam cleaners. I can't use a steam cleaner on my kitchen floor because the manufacturers say don't use a steam cleaner on it, so I don't have a steam cleaner. I've got a handheld steam cleaner, a Hoover one, and there is a place for the handheld types with the hose, because I find they are very good at getting at dirt that you can't get at with a cloth round the hob on my gas hob, round, you know, where it meets the worktop. To clean that properly you'd have to get a little brush and clean, and all the intricate parts, you know, bits around the knobs and stuff. A steam cleaner, I find that's the best use for them. And upstairs in my shower, in my ensuite, there's bits where it's very hard. I often get a cotton bud to get this tiny little bits in the corner where you can't even get a brush. I have to get a cotton bud just to get right. So a steam cleaner is good at blasting the muck out of areas you can't reach with a cloth. So for that I do recommend them, but I don't like them for floors. The latest floor cleaner I've got, which you'll see next year, is the Aircraft Power Glide, which basically uses a combination of spraying the solution ahead of it, and then you've got the microfiber round spinning doobrays that absorb the dirt and the moisture, and I've used that quite a few times. It's very quiet. I quite like that. That's another method of cleaning. But yes, I think for above floor, I do think steam cleaners are good for blasting the dirt out. But I mean, if you're enjoying it, Louise, and if you like it, that's all that matters. You know, if you've got it, you've bought it, you're liking it around your home, and you're happy with it, then that's fine. They're not something I really use in my house. But saying that, spring cleaning season's coming. I might grab my little Hoover handheld and get some jobs done. It's mainly kitchen and bathroom I find these steam cleaners most useful. Anyway, happy Christmas to you as well, Louise and Brett up there in Bonnie, Scotland. Bunky's Workshop. Hi Roger, I would like to know if you will be having a look at the 0G vacuum. PS, what are your thoughts on having my husband do some videos with me? I'm aware of the 0G vacuum, Bunky, but I think you're Craig's Clocks, aren't you, Bunky? I think you were Craig's Clocks. Now, I've seen it. I'm not really interested. Again, it's one that I would have to import. I think they're quite expensive over there anyway. It would cost me a lot to get one of those over here. So it's unlikely I'll be looking at that. Look, if you've got anyone, this is for anyone, if you've got a YouTube channel, you do what you want to do on it. If your husband is happy to appear in videos, then by all means incorporate him into your videos. You might just want to be as a helper, your assistant if you like, or he could just help with the lighting, doing some of the filming. If he wants to get involved and you're happy for him to be involved, then yeah, do it. My partner's not likely to. He doesn't like appearing on camera, so you might be able to hear him going on now. I'm trying to speak over him. I can't stop him working, so I've got to, do the best I can. So it's not up to me to say yay or nay. Is your husband good looking? That's all I can say, If your husband wants to come on in a leather thong or a G-string and dance around while you're demonstrating your Miele, whatever, that's up to you. But you might get flagged for inappropriate content. That's all I'm saying. I'm never going to tell people what to do. I'm not going to tell you what vacuum to buy. You must buy this. And I'm not going to tell you what videos you should make on your own YouTube channel. And nobody should be dictating what you should be doing on YouTube. I don't take it from anyone else. I get suggestions and comments sometimes telling me what to do, and obviously when they tell me what to do and when I get nagged constantly over the same thing, then can pretty much guarantee that I won't be doing that anytime soon. I'm not the only one. I'm sure there are other people that get comments about do this, do that. I just ignore them now. I just don't bother. So Bunky, you do what you want. If your husband wants to get involved, get involved. And all I'll say, it's a harsh world out there, but you might find you'll get some comments saying, what's he doing? I don't like seeing him. Or you'll get comments saying, oh, more of that. Or I like to see you and your husband together. Good interaction. Oh, that's funny. You can do it and see how people react. But ultimately, it's your channel. If they react positively or negatively to what you're doing, you do what you want to do, as long as it's legal, decent, and honest. Do it. That's all I can say. I hope that's answered your question. VAC Washer 26, I was watching your Toy 550 yesterday, and this was uploaded today. Yes, last year, for those of you who didn't watch them, I did an Advent series, 24 toy vacuum cleaners. Yeah, but it wasn't very popular, but anyway, I did it anyway. Colin Bagley, will you ever be likely to add to your collection and demonstrate the red Electrolux cylinder vacuum cleaner? I have fond memories of that when I was a child. It is the same or similar model Electrolux ZA65, possibly, Colin. I've seen red Electrolux cylinder vacuums on eBay, but they don't interest me. I've got quite a lot of vintage and older Electroluxes, but as far as Electrolux go, I'm more interested in the 70s and 80s rather than going too far back. So I'm not saying yes and I'm not saying no. I don't know yet. Daniel Long says hi. Hi Daniel. Ed Glauner, ibaisaic, would you recommend the Bissell Pet Allergen Lift-Off or the Bissell Slim Corded Eraser or a Dirt Devil 4-in-1 stick vacuum for vacuuming a high pile carpet? I've no experience of any of those cleaners, Ed. We don't get the Dirt Devil 4-in-1 stick. The Bissell Slim Corded Eraser, no, we don't get that either. And we don't get the Bissell Pet Allergen Lift-Off in this country. But if the Bissell Pet Allergen Lift-Off is a mains powered cleaner, I would say probably that would be the best, I'm guessing, for cleaning a high pile carpet. So that's all I can say. I don't have experience of any of those, but personally, if that's a mains powered upright, I think that's your best bet for your carpet. Nicholas Morris, please Dyson DC19 original. Please Dyson DC, I don't know, please what? There we go, that's the comment. Lucretia, is that? Waterman. Roger, no D folks, no D. Roger, could you please get a VAC Turbo Force? No. Simple, quick, no, I'm not going to get one. Not interested, sorry. I'm sure there are other videos on the VAC Turbo Force. You know, as far as VAC cleaners go, I like the older style tubs, including some of the pumped ones. They were decent then, and I quite like that the upright that converts into a carpet washer, just because it's unusual. But I've not much plans to. I've got another VAX coming up, which is a handheld, but apart from that, I don't think personally I'll be getting a VAX Turbo Force, I'm afraid. Rafeboy02, what type of bag do you think is good to use in an Electrolux Ultra One Green? The ordinary S bag or the Allergy Plus S201 or S210? Well, I'm assuming the Allergy Plus bags give you better filtration. They'll cost more. If you have allergies or are bothered about dirt coming out of your vacuum, then get the allergy bags. I assume they'll be better. If you haven't got any allergies and the vacuum's got a good enough filter, then save the money and buy the ordinary S bags. I think they're pretty expensive anyway, bags for those S bags in the UK anyway. They're quite expensive, even the ordinary ones. Rafe Boy says he was the first one to ask something. Have a holly Christmas. Oh, well, you can't have been the first, Rafe Boy, because I've sorted this by comment, you know, newest first, and there's someone. No, it wasn't. Or was it? Yes, you should. If you were the first to ask, you'd have been the last one I answered, but you're not, because there's more. Anyway, what does it matter? Doesn't matter. Pneumatic Geek. Oh my gosh, I think I finished. That's good. Pneumatic Geek 4 days ago. I remember how satisfying it was to clean off my Hoover Junior 1224 when it first came. It was filthy. We are currently trying to get the paint off it. Oh, there they go. That's a bit of a statement. Obviously responding to the dirty Electrolux 550. And the last one, I think, I'm going to double check, but I think this is the last one, vacuum cleaner reviews. From the world of vacuum and computer collectors, use either rubbing compound or a damp rag with baking soda on it. Well, I assume that's cleaning up. Well, I think I'm part of the vacuum collectors world, and I use what I use because I find it's good for me. I don't use those magic eraser things anymore because, despite the fact they feel very soft, they do dull, shiny plastics. I learnt from there is a cleaner that I thought I've completely ruined by doing that. Well, only part of it. I had to use an eraser one. It was a brand new in the box one. I've had it a few years, you've never seen it. But I think now with this new hard wax polish I've got, I think I can completely get rid of that. It's in storage right up in the loft, so I'll have to get that out. Look, whatever you find is best to clean up your vacuums or computers, that's great. And I recommend stuff that I've used, and I've not used everything. I don't know what a rubbing compound is, but anyway, I've never used a rubbing compound. And if you want to be environmentally friendly, I suppose a damp rag with baking soda is as good as anything. It's slightly abrasive, isn't it? And shouldn't harm the plastic, but as I always say, just be careful when you're doing, be careful, especially with printed like this Hoover Junior Deluxe. Let's finish the video because I think I've finished. This had the old, this was pretty good anyway, and it did have a bit of car polish, but this morning, ooh, didn't notice that. This morning this has had the wax finish as well. Only one coat, but I could do more. This is improved. As I always say when you're doing any refurbishments, if it's got printing on, this especially, look, Junior Deluxe, I had to be so careful not even to put a cloth over that, because that comes off easy as anything, as does the black hoover there at the top. So be careful when you're using anything to clean up your vacuum. Always start with the mildest detergent you think will do the job, even just washing up liquid. And if you're bothered about germs, you could always put a little bit of disinfectant in the water, not a lot. Don't put bleach in the water. A little bit of, well, oh, we're having a earthquake. Don't know if you heard that anyway. Just being distracted by all the busyness going on, even in lockdown. It's all the comings and goings. Stay in your house. Stop interfering. Oh, here he comes. Right, I'll just pause for now because he's obviously interrupting me. Oh, sorry about that, folks. The perils of living with someone. I envy you folk living on your own. Perhaps you don't want to, perhaps you do, I don't know. Anyway, I've turned up my television. The crackling is the fire. The fire, oh, getting lovely warmth from the fire. Right, so just talking about cleaning up vacuums. So yes, start with a mild detergent to get the worst off, and then obviously for paint marks and other stubborn marks you have to use what you think, but yeah, don't get some wire wool or Brillo pad and rub it all over your vacuum, because it won't end very well. But it's, as I said, it's I find products that I've found useful. T-cut I do like, as long as you don't go over the printing. That's always my go-to for the initial, after you've removed the dirt, then I T-cut, and then I think about polishing. And as I said, I've recently discovered a hard wax polish which is better than auto glim. I don't know how protective it is, but it certainly makes the vacuums shine like a new pin. Well, on that note, I will be off. Thank you for watching. Happy Christmas to you all. Only 2 parts I've managed to finish in this video. I think it's because I didn't put out a separate request video that I've limited the responses, but that just goes to show, watch my videos all the way through, because you might miss something. So the people that are watching this now that didn't get a chance to ask me a question, you clearly didn't want to ask me a question, or you didn't watch the Electrolux 550 video to the end. So let that be a lesson to you, everyone. Watch the whole videos, even if you fall asleep, you know, let the video run. Be a bit company for you as I drone on about the humble vacuum cleaner. Well, I better put some more logs on the fire, so I'll see you all very soon. Happy Christmas. I probably will be uploading before the new year, but if I don't, I wish you all a peaceful and a much more normal, let's hope, 2021. What a year this has been. We want rid of 2020. Let's hope 2021 we can see some light at the end of this very dark tunnel we've been living through. Pray for a resolution, pray for something. Anyway, at least we've got our vacuums to take our minds off what's going on in the world. So thank you for all your comments. I hope I've answered all your questions to your satisfaction, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.